Case in point, he held Jared Brownridge 2 weeks ago to one of a Mayo on him. And then for Santa Clara, Matt Hauser. Coach Sendek calls him
Nate Cratch, Emmanuel Ndumanya, Matt Hauser, Jared Brownridge, and KJ Fagan. And this is a very different basketball team with KJ Fagan, who only was able to play, missed the first portion of the year, good portion of the year, and didn't come back till after the first of the year. Mike Dunlap, now in his third season already as the coach at LMU, and he's improved every year. He's 9 up, 9 down this year, but you can see 22 and 40 over the previous 2 seasons. He feels he's got things headed in the right direction. And a first-year coach on the other bench with a very familiar face.
Coach Herb Sendek. Yeah, I mean, what a job he's going to do here at Santa Clara. Boy, what a great coach. What a great find for the Broncos. You know, he's proven nationally he can really coach at NC State, Arizona State, Miami of Ohio. 18 times he's brought his team to postseason play. And you can bet he's going to rebuild the Bronco program and get him back to the NC2A tournament.
So that's the setup for this game, and we are set to go. Broncos will go from our left to our right. Cratch and Tosh jump center, and this is Brandon Brown. Brown guarded by Fagan. Man-to-man for Santa Clara. Amayo, now Brown. Swinging around for Tosh. Tosh looking for help. Down low to Johnson, fall away. I think Santa Clara will give him that shot every time down.
Yeah, that's really not Johnson. I mean, he can make a shot, but he really wants to get closer to the rim.
This is Hauser. Now Fagan. You said a different Santa Clara team with Fagan in the lineup.
Boy, they're glad to have him back from that broken foot. He's such a difference maker.
And Amaya stepping around the Johnson step on the line. It'll be Santa Clara ball. Just getting started here. Broncos and the Lions here at the Lmu Center in Santa Clara.
This is going to be a grinder, Barry. Both teams like to take the air out of the ball. They're methodical. They're going to really work their offenses, and they're both two good defensive teams.
That's Cratch with a little room, but he couldn't get it to go. The follow was missed, but Ndumanya gives the Broncos another chance. Brownridge, open tray.
And you see it so often. The offensive rebound, kick out for a three. The percentage nationally is amazing on that three ball.
This is Tosh. Now Haney. Up top, Brown swinging around for Amayo. Tosh worked on by Cratch. Cratch, a tenacious defender. And Brown is fouled. Could have gone either way, really. Going to get Fagan on his foul, I believe.
Yeah, Ndumanya comes up with this offensive rebound off Cratch's miss. Tipped it to himself, good job, and then right out, little swing pass by Fagan and Jared Brownridge. You kind of like him shooting that shot when he has a little time to measure it.
Not bad. He can be a streaky shooter too. You don't want to let him get started. This is Haney for three.
He's a streaky shooter as well, shooting about 35%. He's made the most threes, Stephen Haney, for this LMU ball club. Got a great mechanical shot.
Pressure in the backcourt defensively here.
Then we talk about Amayo making plays. Nice dish over to his right to Haney for that beautiful jumper.
Now Hauser giving up to Ndumanya down low to the easy.
Credit Matt Hauser. We talked about his assist to turnover ratio. Do you see how he made that play? He bounced past it to Ndumanya at the perfect time so he could finish.
That's how you break a press. This is Brown, Fagan right in his pocket. Now Tosh up top. Tosh cut off, give it to Johnson, and we're going to get a foul down low, offensive.
And if you're Santa Clara, you want Matt Hauser leading your break. See that little bounce pass? That's the perfect pass that a big man can just scoop it up and finish.
Got Johnson to commit. Easy deuce. Again, full court pressure, but again, here's Brownridge, 2-on-1, and Ndumanya to Brownridge. They're going to have to back it out.
I think Ndumanya did a great job of jump stopping right there and not turning the ball over.
He's a very improved player. Has a tendency to get in foul trouble. If he stays out of foul trouble, he's a big help for the Broncos. That's Cratch down low.
Again, Matt Hauser with the perfect delivery. Cratch got awfully close to that rim.
Cratch got a hand on that layup by Brown, too. And here come the Broncos again. This is Fagan. Fagan lost the handle, a little out of control. Brown coming the other way again. Leave it this time for the trailer. Tosh, and a foul going to be called on Fagan. If it is, that could be his second. Now they may just say out of bounds.
Oh, that was a 2-on-1. That's a 2-on-1 missed right there. Cratch getting it way in deep against a guard, Amayo, and he just went right to that left hand.
This is Amayo. Amayo working on Fagan. Fall away with the right hand, missed everything, but there for the rebound was Johnson on a reach-in foul on Ndumanya.
I mean, Santa Clara did everything right on that defensive possession, except they didn't come off, with the rebound. Forced Amayo on a fall-away jumper, and then Shamar Johnson, great job of getting that O board.
Mike Dunlop will go to his bench early, as he often does. Jovanovic will come into the lineup, so will Munis Tutu. Brandon Brown will leave. Amaya will leave, and into the game comes McClendon, Jeff McClendon. So McClendon, Tutu, Tosh, Johnson, and Haney now for LMU. Now Johnson will leave, and Stefan Jovanovic will come into the lineup. So 5 new players off the bench for Mike Dunlop. And again, full court pressure. There's the trap, and Brownridge gets it ahead to Cratch, who brings it across the timeline. Now waits for help, and here's Brownridge. A little too aggressive that time. Foul's going to be called on McClendon. Cratch up the elbow, drop it down for Ndumanya.
Beautiful high-low pass between the two bigs of Santa Clara. Cratch it to Ndumanya.
That is up and good that time by Jovanovic. This time just token pressure, and the Lions back off. Fagan brings it across. Both teams very comfortable playing in the half court. Brownridge off curl for 3.
Look out.
Yep.
Look out. He's hit his first 2. Well, we know for sure he's not going to go 1 for 11.
No, that's right. He's not going to score 5 points either.
Correct.
This is Tutu. Tosh dropped it down to Jovanovic. Jovanovic tried to get around Ndumanya, who's going to pick up a second foul. And with that, we will take a timeout. 15-19 remaining to be played here in the first half. Brownridge has his first 2 shots, and his team leads by 5. Welcome back to the Levy Center, 12-7. The hometown Broncos leading the LMU Lions, 15-19 remaining here in the first half. Broncos, of course, looking for a little bit of a different performance than the one they had the last time these two teams hooked up down in LA on January 7th, Brad.
Yeah, LMU absolutely annihilated Santa Clara inside. Bench points, paint points, you can see the domination, and then LMU held Santa Clara to 26% shooting from three, which is what, you know, Santa Clara does really well.
Ndamani has picked up his second foul, so he's going to have to take a seat. That's been a bit of history for him. He's replaced by Henrik Jaderston, who's really much more of an outside guy. Evan Wardlaw also in the Santa Clara lineup. He's a guy that was hurt, and in fact there was some question as to whether he was going to be available to Herb Sendek at all this year. Came back about 3 games ago. Johnson could get that to go, but fights for the rebound, puts it back in net.
Again, solid defense on that possession. Cratch walled up Shamar Johnson really well, but they gave up the offensive board.
There's Hauser, comes all the way underneath, and we're going to get a foul. It's going to go against Jovanovic.
And Jovanovic needs to stay in the game as well. He's foul prone, so he needs to really move his feet and stay in this game.
Cratch down low. I think Johnson's got a hand on it. McClendon now. Tutu. Now Tosh. Shamar Johnson worked on by Cratch.
Santa Clara playing their inside-out defense, kind of bend, don't break. Help each other out, help, rotate quickly, try to prevent penetration.
2 on the shot clock, and Jovanovic makes perfect use of it.
He did. Jaderstein, he didn't feel Jaderstein. You know, he didn't wall him up soon enough, and Jovanovic just went right to that left shoulder jump hook right hand.
Yeah, Jaderstein really is much more of a perimeter guy. He's not a banger down low, but that's the role he's being asked to play right now. He can make this.
Okay, he made up for it. He made up for his defense, right? He made it 3, so hey, Jaderstein, I think you're to stay in the game.
Once again, the Lions really using the shot clock here. This is McClendon. Now Jovanovic, guarded by the smaller Cratch. Jovanovic on the deck. Good help by Jaderstein. Johnson straightens up, and it won't go. And Cratch with a rebound for the Broncos. Jaderstein down low, has it swatted away, trying to get it back, controlled it enough to get it back to Cratch. He's playing tough defense. Cratch on the deck. Little jump hook with the left hand too hard. The rebound is Jovanovic.
Yeah, Boyd Tosh did a nice job against Cratch that time. He knew Cratch was going to set him up and get to his left hand. He was right there.
Clinton cut off by Wardlow. Johnson, baseline Cratch, gets help from Jaderstein. Good help from Jaderstein, and a timeout.
Yeah, Santa Clara worked on that a lot yesterday, doubling down on the post and making the post guy give it up. And there's that kind of soft defense by Jaderstein, but he comes back, makes amends, and hits the 3-ball corner pocket for Santa Clara.
He was not shooting the ball well early in the year, and Herb Sendek was somewhat concerned, but playing much better of late. The W.TV is your home for West Coast Conference action, featuring more than 65 live West Coast Conference and men's basketball games. Visit W.TV for your browser, smartphone, tablet, or connected TV to watch live out-of-market games for free. W.TV, all the action, anytime, anywhere. 4-point game here. The Broncos over the Lions. Been a tough defensive game so far. Nothing's coming easy.
No, as we talked about, two teams that really D it up. And then you've got, conversely, two teams offensively that are very methodical in the way they attack.
Well, you said it. It's going to be a grinder. And that's Brown going hard to the basket.
So quick, Brandon Brown. So hard to stay in front of.
Okay, the Broncos, though, playing very efficiently on the offensive end.
And that's what they do, right? I mean, their assist-to-turnover ratio is ranked top nationally, so 6 baskets on 6 assists, that's their game.
That's the way you draw it up, isn't it, Coach?
It certainly is.
Eric Johansson in the lineup now. This is Haney way downtown, a little bit short. And Hauser with a rebound for the Broncos. Hauser going end to end, and from behind it's swatted away, but a foul on Johansson. With that, we'll take a timeout. Just under 12 minutes, 11:57 remaining here in the first half. Close ball game as we expected it would be. 15-13, Broncos over the Lions. Welcome back. Broncos have led all the way, but they lead now by only 2. We talked earlier, Brad, about the fact that this is a team that lives and dies beyond the arc. And quite frankly, they've lived by it more than they've died by it.
They certainly have. Yeah, I mean, nearly 50% of their points come from 3, and that's by design because they don't have much of an inside attack. So Herb Sendek says, okay, we need to launch 3s, and we need to trade our 3s for their 2s, and hopefully we come out ahead.
You can see the nationally, the 3-point numbers. Savannah State, almost 50%, 49%.
See, that's such a mark of a good coach. He studies his personnel and says, you know what, this is the way we have to play this year. And they may not play that way next year.
I'd almost bet they don't. I remember it. Of course, you have a long history with Urban, as do I. And I remember doing some of his games when he was coaching at Miami of Ohio. And he had bruisers. His teams were physical, drop it down low, and just beat you up.
Well, he also has one of the reputations of being one of the best recruiters in the nation. And so you can best believe that he's going to bring in some bigs here that can do some damage inside.
He's got some guys. He's got 3 guys coming in from the East Coast. Jersey guys.
I would imagine they're probably pretty tough.
I'm going to guess. Brandon Brown with the ball now, up top to a mile. And Jovanovic stays on. Shot clock running down, 7 on the shot clock. Nice lead that time, but no finish. Mile with a beautiful lead, but Jovanovic couldn't finish.
That's what I love about Amayo's game. He's a great defender, but he also can make plays like that. And Jovanovic, you've got to finish that point-blank layup.
Here's Jared Brown. He's made both his shots, but the shots haven't come easily. They're defending pretty well without the ball. You can see Amayo puts a body on him. He has to give it up. 6 on the shot clock. Brownridge now working on Johansson, giving up for Cratch, who's going to have to put it up for 3. Comes up a little bit short. Good defensive set that time by the Lions. on the floor. Here's one of them.
Boy, but Santa Clara really makes you work for your shot. I mean, you reverse the ball, you go side to side, and then it comes down to this sometimes, you're just making a post play if you're LMU.
Tough shot by Brown. Had to get it over Jaderston. Jaderston did just enough, and here come the Broncos. Jaderston down low for the flush.
Yeah, poor defensive transition that time by LMU. Nobody talked. You got to take the first big down and protect the basket.
Here's Brown now, Mayo. Haney. Wardlow working on him. Wardlow still kind of getting his sea legs. Just, as you said, played only 3 games. 6 on the shot clock again. Haney with a good look.
Yeah, too much space for Stephen Haney. If he has any time to get that beautiful jump shot up, it's more than likely going to go in.
That's his second 3 of the game. Here's Fagan. Fagan has not a lot of shots in this game either. Now Brownridge had a good look that time. Couldn't make him pay.
Yeah, you mentioned KJ Fagan two weeks ago at LMU. He had 21.
Yeah. Johansson misses from 3. And here's Fagan with the rebound. And a timeout going to be called by Herb Sendek. Both teams really playing pretty tenacious defense in this game.
Yeah, they are. And sometimes you get a little bit of an advantage. Jaderstein on the break, he just ran right to the rim is what she's supposed to. And then here's the quick reversal by Amayo over to a wide open Stephen Haney, who was allowed to measure that and hits it. Coach Sendek, you could tell with that timeout, he wasn't happy. You know, he wants every shot to be hotly contested, and the last couple shots have not been, so he wants to correct that right now.
Here are the shooting numbers in this game. Santa Clara 7 of 12 so far, so shooting lights out. LMU, they had 16 shots, but have only made 6.
Yeah, in this game so far, it's a bit of a defensive battle, and I have to say Santa Clara's better of the two on the defensive end so far in this ball game.
So with Endumanya having to sit with 2 fouls, Tony Lewis, who has not gotten a lot of minutes lately, comes on for the Broncos. Young player, can be prone to mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Sendek, he's going deep into his bench. He's played 7, 8 guys so far.
Not by choice, I don't think. But Jameson gave him some good minutes, though. Here's Brownridge again. They're really jumping out defensively. Tony Lewis trying to back down, follow it. A little hard. Rebound down.
Got it down deep, though.
Yep.
Good look.
Yep. Peter Herman with a rebound. So I believe Mike Dunlap has already played 12. Johansson. Shamar Johnson dropped this one down for Herman. 5 on the shot clock, and Brandon Brown, who's in a heap of trouble, is going to get bailed out. Going to get a foul on Fagan.
Boy, he did a great job, Brandon Brown, of just getting that pass off. It looked like he was going to try and shoot on the spin right here. And look at the 3 Broncos all around him, and he finds a passing angle, and that would have been a layup had he not got fouled.
Get Tony Lewis on this foul as Johnson tried to turn on him.
Yeah, if he'd just stay in the game in Demania. Yeah. I mean, he's, as you said at the top, he's a much improved player, and he's got an Adonis physique about him. He's so strong. So if he could just learn how to play without fouling, it's going to go a long way for Santa Clara.
Cratch with the rebound and a reach-in foul on Peter Herman.
And it looks like LMU is going to continue to press up on dead balls, Barry. You know, Santa Clara, as we know, doesn't turn it over very often, and so they want to just kind of press the issue a little bit, pun intended, and maybe they get them into a trap if they can, or a mishandle of the ball and get them to turn it over.
They got a Mayo on the foul that time, being a little bit too aggressive on the defensive end. Healy in the game now for Santa Clara too. So as you mentioned, Herb Sendek has gone for him very deep into his bench here. Fagan, good look for three.
Yeah, Herman didn't come out on him on that pick and pop, and so he just said, okay, I'm going to shoot this.
Both teams in the bonus incidentally now with 8 minutes remaining here in the first half. They're going to get Cratch on this foul. And Herb Sendek is saying, really, it looked like vertical to me.
Yeah, see how Petey Herman, he was indecisive whether to go out on Fagan. Let me tell you, KJ Fagan could shoot the three.
Yes, he can.
And you need to guard him out there.
So Johnson at the free throw line, but for LMU, that's not always a good thing. This is one of the worst free throw shooting teams. Of course, as I say that, he makes the free throw. One of the worst free throw shooting teams in America.
It was the reversal of the announcer's curse.
Exactly, exactly. Got them both. Just 62% from the free throw line, and in fact, over the last 3 games, shooting 47% at the line.
Well, that really hurts your team when you go to the line and you don't make free throws, especially in conference. You have to step up and make free throws at a high rate if you're going to win.
And Mike Dunlap was telling us earlier today that they have been in 9 one-possession games. If you're not making free throws, that's a problem. And they're 4 for 4 tonight. The numbers skyrocketing. Nice lead that time. Finished by Lewis.
Oh, LMU got confused defensively. One guy thought he was supposed to switch, the other one didn't, and left him wide open.
This is 2-2. Now Herman. 2-2 up top. Tosh for 3. He's a very improved player, too, from last year.
He's probably LMU's most consistent player. You know, they didn't have him 2 weeks ago at Loyola, so glad to have him back tonight.
Trying to drop that down for Lewis, and stepping in front was McClendon and a reach-in foul on Healy, which probably saved his team 2 points.
Yeah, that was a run out, probably a surefire layup for LMU.
We'll take a timeout. 6:57 remaining to be played here in the first half. And Brad, it's a game that's exactly as you said it was going to be. It's a grinder. 3-point lead. Broncos. Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Geico, saving you money. The West Coast Conference Game of the Week. The West Coast Conference Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Geico, saving you money on car insurance. And by the W.TV. All the action, anytime, anywhere. 24-21 ball game. The Broncos over the Lions here, and neither team really grabbing this game by the throat, Brad.
No, they're not. I mean, as we said, 2 teams that are playing pretty solid defense, 2 teams that kind of take the ball out of the air offensively, and so this is no question, this is the type of game that's going to come down to the end and who makes plays in the last 2 minutes to win.
So the Lions will be back at the free throw line. they are perfect tonight after really suffering, as we mentioned, for the last 3 games. 29 of 61 in their last 3 games. 4 of 4 tonight, making 5 of 5.
Good look at Jeffrey McClendon. Been playing some really good minutes for LMU. Solid defender, really tough.
Big with a push here. He's got defenders behind him. Drove right into Jovanovic, who held his ground. Great job by Jovanovic.
And that's 2 bad turnovers by KJ Fagan in this game so far.
And that's Amayo coming back the other way like a train and draws the foul.
Yeah, Fagan hacked him on his right arm. That was clear. And Kelvin Amayo can really bring it if he gets ahead of steam going.
Second foul on Fagan will put Amayo at the line.
Jovanovic with the real good strip of the ball right there.
Missed the last 2. Jovanovic will leave, and Shamar Johnson will come back into the Lions lineup. Two off the front wing.
It's an empty possession, Barry. You know, you step to the line, got a chance to get 2 points, and you come away with nothing. It really hurts your ball play.
Got to get this across the timeline, over and back. A little sloppy all of a sudden here.
Yeah, and that's really Jared Brownridge's fault. You know, the big, he needs to let him come into the back court and get set. So Brownridge led Jaderstein to that turnover.
Well, LMU now in the double bonus.
So if you're LMU, press the issue. Get to the rim.
Absolutely.
Right, go inside out, get to the free throw line. Even though you're not very good from there, but get Santa Clara in foul trouble.
Brownridge comes away with it. This is going to be all Brownridge. Amayo actually made up some ground. He almost got a hand on the ball, but the finish by Brownridge.
Yeah, he'll hunt you down like LeBron James. I've seen Amayo do that before. So athletic.
Brandon Brown again. They'll use the clock. Just under 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. Broncos have led all the way, lead by 4 right now. Tosh trying to back Haney down. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, he got shot off baseline, nowhere to go, right? And Matt Hauser with the good defense.
Yes, it is Hauser. We're going to reach in foul here on the Broncos.
Yeah, poor pass out by Stephen Haney to Tosh, and Brownridge just takes it all the way. And you see, as you said, Amayo closing on him quickly, but finished.
So Brandon Brown at the line. Amayo will leave now. Gets them both.
Yeah, he's one of the better free throw shooters for LMU, and you need your point guard to step up and make free throws because he's usually the one getting fouled at the end of the game.
Back to a 2-point ball game. There's Cratch. Jaderson down low. Jovanovic jumps out at him. Jaderson just not real comfortable down on the low block. Fagan to Cratch. He is comfortable.
Especially when you got Brandon Brown switching off on you. Cratch should be very comfortable. Yes. Did a good job of not getting stripped by Brown to make that layup.
Johnson trying to work on Cratch. Turn around with the right hand. Nice effort.
And that's where LMU really beat up Santa Clara 2 weeks ago, was inside with plays like that. Shamar Johnson.
Hauser.
He's so steady, isn't he?
Very.
He's that guy that makes the right play at the right time. Just great feel for the game.
Brandon Brown right through 2 Broncos to score. And And again, a two-point game. Lmu has not led in this game. Jaderson, jump hook.
Yeah.
He didn't shoot it.
Well, Brownridge came off a pin down, and 2 Lions went with him, and that left it wide open for that layup.
LMU, pretty simple philosophy. They'll take the early break if it's there. If not, they're going to work the clock. Brown spin move. Jaderson cut him off. Put it up anyway. Couldn't get it. Jaderson with a rebound. Jaderson's giving Herb Sendek some good minutes.
He sure is. He scored some points. He's playing a little bit better defensively.
That is a good shot for him, actually. You wouldn't think so, but it is. Going to get a timeout called by Mike Dunlap here with 3:15 remaining in the half. Wants to get a quality shot here. Well, the Broncos have led right from the get-go. We're going to take a timeout. 3:15 remaining to be played here in the first half. Broncos lead as they have from the opening tip. It's a 32-28 ball game. We're coming back to the Lmu Center. (32-28), Broncos over the Lions. While you watch West Coast Conference action, join the conversation all season long using hashtag WCC Hoops. And for the latest news, scores, and more, follow WCC Hoops on Twitter. Well, Brad, shots have been hard to come by for the 2 guys who you expect to see take the most shots tonight.
Yeah, the defensive guards for LMU, here's what they're doing. They're face guarding KJ Fagan and Jared Brownridge. In other words, they're not helping. They're not covering down off of them. They are trying to prevent them from getting the basketball. They're coming hard off those picks, locking and trailing, and just trying to prevent them from getting the ball, and they're doing a pretty darn good job of it.
So we'll keep an eye on it, see if Herb Sendek can make any kind of adjustment. Eight on the shot clock. They got to recognize here. I'm not sure Tosh does right now. 4 on the shot clock. Gonna have to take this, and Brown throws up a wild 3 that does catch the rim. It'll be Santa Clara ball.
Really good possession right there by Santa Clara, and LMU couldn't save it. Oh boy, hope everybody's okay over there.
Yeah. He's not there for the last rites, I assume.
Oh my goodness.
Again, full court pressure. They get it in the hands of Hauser. Now Brownridge. Brownridge brings a big out with him. Jovanovic working on Brownridge. Got a mismatch down here. Good help by Jovanovic, but it leaves Brownridge for 3, and he couldn't convert. Jaderson, good job to keep it alive, but good hands by Herman. Jovanovic. Pure.
Yeah, he can make that shot. He can face up and go around his defender, but he also can do that right there. If you don't come out all the way on him, he's going to make that.
Transferred from Hawaii, part of that very good Hawaii team last year. Won a game in the NCAA tournament, beat California. Hauser at the free throw line.
Again, Matt Hauser, so impressive they made the right play. You see him fake the swing pass. Defense went for it. He just elevated on that jumper, knocked it down.
There's Tosh. Good look for three. Got another one. And a one-point game. Up top crash. Now Hauser. Brown stepped in front. Now Lyons a chance to take the lead for the first time. Brown drives baseline, comes all the way under, leaves it up top. Jovanovic, good look, couldn't convert it. And on the rebound, going to get Herman over the top.
Good swing pass.
And they're going to call it against Santa Clara. I'm sorry, Brett.
No, that's okay. That just showed how smart Hauser is in faking that pass and then got himself open for that jumper. And boy, Tosh with a couple threes in this first half. He shoots 40% from beyond the arc, so he's very capable.
I mentioned earlier, a very improved player. Was on his team last year, was just a guy. This year, much more so. And this game is tied. Peter Herman, Jr. from the Czech Republic. Very international team, this Lions team.
Coach Dunlap says, yep, my team from the United Nations.
Yes. They have a Serbian, Swede, Czech. Two Swedes, as a matter of fact. Loose ball, and Haney gets on the floor, so too does Cratch, and they get it back in the hands of Fagan. Plenty of time on a shot clock. LMU's a pesty defensive team. Hauser. Well earned. The Broncos back in front by one.
Now, that's a big shot, even though it's still first half. Every bucket counts in this game.
Nice pass, and Jovanovic couldn't finish. All but the finish.
We've had a couple like that, haven't they? Where they haven't cashed in close to the basket. One, Shamar Johnson, and then Jovanovic right there.
So Brown is going to play for the last shot here. Fagan lost two defenders, but now has to dribble back through two. Now 5 on the shot clock. Got to make something happen here, and they throw it away.
Yeah, Fagan got a little ahead of himself. Too hard of a pass for Cratch to handle. And credit LMU. They had Santa Clara in an absolute scramble offensively right there with their solid defense.
Yeah, they've been playing defense like that this entire game. In fact, both teams playing pretty good defense. It's interesting, they play a 12-man rotation, Brad, and talking to most coaches, I think, would prefer like an 8-man rotation. And yet, Mike Dunlap's I think is going to tell us a lot.
It's really important whether you're home or road. You want to start this first quadrant on a positive and get a little bit of a lead.
Hauser had a very good look and not convert. Switch here. They got Ndumanya on Brown. Tosh drove into Ndumanya that time. That's a travel.
And that's really important that Ndumanya didn't pick up his third foul right here because he was leaning in a little bit. That could have gone the other way.
Yes, it could have. Again, full court pressure. The Lions, while they haven't caused a ton of turnovers, and there's one right there. Made a liar out of me again. Tosh could finish, but he'll go to the line.
Well, that's Santa Clara's 7th turnover. That's actually a lot for them, right? I mean, they average 10.5 a game, so this full court pressure right here obviously makes a difference. Boy, Tosh with the strip on Brown Ridge, and then does a good job to almost getting an and one. But again, the philosophy clearly for Coach Dunlap and LMU is let's wear down Santa Clara with some full court pressure because they're not deep.
Exactly, and I think, you know, even when it didn't cause a turnover, it's disrupting their offense. That's a hot dog, a dancing hot dog, and it did its job. I'm just guessing you never dressed up as a dancing hot dog. It's just a wild stab, Brad.
Couldn't pay me enough, Mr. Tompkins.
Meantime, nobody's doing anything here to start the second half. Brown over Brown Ridge, couldn't get it to fall, and Demania the rebound.
Yeah, I thought he got fouled, but man, when you get that close to the rim, you've got to knock those down.
Fagan and rhythm.
So that's huge, right? The 2 you didn't get if you're LMU, and the 3 that Fagan just delivered for Santa Clara.
And that's Fagan only his 2nd shot of the game. And Brown Ridge has only had 5 shots in this game. And that's, again, because of very tenacious defense being played by LMU. Good defense that time by the Broncos. They're going to get a foul against Shamar Johnson, I believe.
Brown Ridge just a little pass to his right for his running mate, KJ Fagan.
Again, full court press for the Lions. And Broncos were struggling with that 5-second call.
Yeah, they almost got a 5-second call in the previous possession. So LMU, great job of all-out denial, getting the turnover.
Johnson down low, over and Demania. Right back into the press. There's the trap, and now Hauser's got to get it across here, and Brown just does. Again, very disruptive to the offense.
You know, and that tires you out offensively because you got to work so hard to get the ball across the 10-second line.
Brown Ridge open tray. Didn't quite get the feet set that time.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like he had his legs underneath him.
Brown drives, throws something up. I'm not quite sure what that was. Johnson managed to snatch it out of the air. Shot clock will keep running. Good jump stop and a good job by Fagan. 4 on the shot while they can turn it over. And now 2-on-1. Brown Ridge, hammer.
Clean play, though. I believe he just went for the ball. The officials might look at it in the on the monitor, but good delivery right there, guard to guard. And Jeffrey McClendon said, Jared Brown Ridge, you are not going to make a basket right here.
Exactly.
You know, and I like that. The officials saw it in real time. They didn't need to go to the monitor. I think too many times officials, you know, they're so worried that, oh, that might be a flagrant 1 or 2, and so they quickly go to the monitor instead of just, hey, this, I know what I saw right there.
Yeah, it was the right call. Brown Ridge, nothing if not a tough guy. This guy, you know, to me, I have a tendency, I think we have a tendency to throw the word student athlete around a little bit too much. This guy defines student athlete.
He does, but you know, we can throw that around. I mean, the West Coast Conference is all about that. They're all very good academic schools, and a lot of these players in this league are true student athletes. where they have to really work on the books in order to play.
Certainly true both of Jared Brownridge and of KJ Fagan. And for that matter, everybody that's out there on the floor right now for Santa Clara. And I only say it because I know them better than I know LMU. I'm not suggesting they don't have that. And there's a forced shot that goes up and in. Tutu had to take that shot because of the shot clock, and he drops it in.
Well, he looked composed doing it too, like he knew what he was doing. And Muniz Tutu, he's really the starting point guard in waiting, in training.
And Dumania, offense, backed him down, third foul. And he had the chicken wing there.
Muniz Tutu just raised up and said, "I got this, coach." And then Dumania, he leads with that left shoulder, and Jovanovic sold it really well.
From the corner, Johansson.
Yeah, he doesn't need much space, Barry. He just needs a little tight window, and that baby's going up, and he's accurate.
Didn't play in the last game. Had to go through a concussion protocol, and another turnover caused by the Lions from the corner. Tutu again, not this time. Herb Sendik's going to leave Ndumaya out there. Here's Brownridge, one-on-one with Haney, and a foul on Haney. And let's see if they say this is before the shot. We're going to take a timeout. 15:45 remaining to be played. LMU in front for only the second time by 2.
Visit sjsharks.com/GoBroncos for more information.
Welcome back, LMU back in the lead, 43-41. And Brad, it seems as though their defense is just completely taking Santa Clara out of a rhythm.
It's really been the story of this basketball game so far. Credit LMU with their tenacious defense and creating uncharacteristically 10 turnovers for Santa Clara. I mean, they're just swarming the ball, harassing Santa Clara, getting good deflections right there on the full court press, which has created some easy opportunities for them offensively. But LMU just kind of wearing down, it seems, Santa Clara at times with their tough defense.
6 steals for the Lions in this game. Nothing's coming easy for the Broncos here in the second half. We're going to foul away from the ball. They're going to get Herman.
It's a physical ball game.
Yes, very much so. And Dumania trying to back Herman down. Fall away, a little short. He did everything right.
Exactly. I mean, he came back to that left shoulder and looked like he was going to make it.
And that time, Tutu a little out of control.
Good job by Matt Hauser. Nate Cratch coming over to assist his teammate there. And 2-2, unfortunately for LMU, turned it over.
Again, here's the pressure, and again, very nearly a 5-second call.
The LMU bench just working the officials over there, counting for them on that 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's right. Good of them, huh? Brownridge, finger roll. They haven't given up many cheapies like that, even though they've been pressing full court.
Yep, they didn't quite get back and set their defense, and Brownridge took advantage of it.
Nice pass that time. Finished by Herman.
That's what I mean about X Factor Amayo. He does so many things, like making plays like that right there. Great pass.
There he is again with a steal.
Yep.
Loose ball, still scramble for it. Cratch picks it up. Had Brownridge under the basket, but didn't see it.
And Santa Clara are very fortunate to retain possession right there.
Tough three by Brownridge, front rim. Herman the rebound.
But if you want somebody shooting a tough three, that's your guy.
Yes, exactly. I'll take it. There's another turnover. Fagan gets on the ground, gets it back to Hauser. 2-on-1. Brownridge on the wing, behind it, back to Hauser.
How about the left behind the back bounce pass by the senior Jared Brownridge to Matt Hauser.
And a steal again. Fagan, give it up for Brownridge for three. And the Broncos have all of a sudden started to roll.
Fagan saw that the whole way. He knew his shooting partner over there is right there.
Well, there's a highlight film on Jared Brownridge in about 10 seconds. Great finish this time. Brownridge with a three-point lead. Broncos were coming back. You know, Brad, they told me Jared Brownridge never had a big hit. 48-45 ball game. The Broncos just lead by 3, but it feels like momentum has shifted completely.
Yeah, and Jared Brownridge is getting on the loose here. He's got 15 points now in the game. Hits a nice little three off of the pin down, and then nice delivery inside for the pass. And look at that behind the bounce pass to Matt Hauser, and then KJ Fagan just set him up perfectly on that turnover. So Santa Clara with 3 steals out of the last 4 possessions.
Brownridge, 15 points. Here's his total coming up on 2,100 for his career, the 5th leading active scorer in the NCAA right now. And that top place is not totally out of reach for Jared Brownridge.
And he's going to end up top 5 all time in the West Coast Conference. He keeps going, and I don't know much how further he has to catch Kevin Foster, but
lots.
But what an impressive career. How about he has started every game in his Santa Clara career.
Yeah, you know, and the other thing too, he's been the best player on this team for his whole career too. So things haven't come easy. He always draws a lot of attention.
And he's been durable, right? I mean, he's not prone to injury. So a lot of good stuff there about Brownridge.
There's a running hook by Jovanovic, which won't go. Loose ball battled for. It's going to be out of bounds to the Lions. Fagan is playing with 3 fouls, but he's kind of done a little bit of everything here. He's got 6 points in the game, 4 rebounds, a couple of steals, and 6 assists. And yet it's been a very quiet game for him. Travel.
I can guarantee you Santa Clara's been working on their post defense and sliding their feet and walling guys up. They've done a much better job of that than 2 weeks ago when LMU scored all those paint points.
Yeah, you know, again, that speaks to the balding fellow over there on the sideline. Am I being kind when I say balding?
He doesn't mind. I think Coach Sendek's very comfortable in his own skin.
I'll tell you what, he's a heck of a coach.
He really is. One of the best in the country, in my opinion.
I agree with you. Did a game one time where he was on the sideline for Arizona State. Craig Robinson was on the sideline for Oregon State. One went to Brown, one went to Carnegie Mellon. I felt like a complete moron. It was a jump hook by Jovanovic. He won't go.
Where'd you go to school?
I didn't. I went to high school. Then I was going to make $1 million in show business. That didn't work out real well.
You've done well, my friend. You've done very well.
It's funny because I teach in college now, and I always tell my students that I strike a blow to higher learning every time I walk into that classroom. That's Tosh.
Boy, he just shoots that effortlessly, doesn't he?
Real nice stroke.
I mean, from long range, it looks easy for him.
On the corner, Hauser. Had a good look, couldn't convert. Johnson clears. There's Lmu stepping in front. We talked about improved players, and Lmu certainly is one of those. From the corner, good look for Brownridge. Won't go. And a rebound, Jovanovic.
Can't get a better look than that.
No.
You know, that's your guy, Brownridge shooting. You want that all day.
They had 2 good looks the last 2 trips. Hauser had a good look from one corner. Brownridge a good look from another, and neither went.
Well, he's having to work hard out there. Remember we talked about the LMU defense and the full court pressure. That might be getting to him just a little bit.
This is Brown, 5 on the shot clock. Johnson, tough shot, won't go, cracks the rebound. Now, Santa Clara has not scored in the last 3 minutes. That is keeping the Lions in the game now. Just inside 11 minutes remaining. Long Trey Fagan. Cratch is going to give this team a second chance.
Interesting matchup right there. Shamar Johnson, you know, really playing the 5 spot for LMU is on Fagan.
They can't get on the ball here. We've had some very good looks, including that one by Hauser. Long dry spell, still tied at 48. A turnover. Here's Fagan, one-on-one with Brown, all the way to the 10, lost it. Brown reached in nicely. Great job by Brown. That was going to be an easy deuce for Santa Clara.
That's why we teach players, young players, to pop that ball out so they can't get stripped.
They missed their last 6 shots, have the Broncos, and it remains tied at 48. 10:26 remaining. We're tied at 48. It's been that way for the last 2 minutes and 8 seconds, as a matter of fact. 10:26 left. Let's take a look at the defensive play of the game. It is brought to you by Geico. 1 15-minute call can save you 15% or more. And here's the guy who made the play.
Yeah, on the run out, it clearly looked like Fagan was going to get 2 points there. And Brandon Brown, watch the quick reach in, all ball. The senior for LMU saves a basket.
Just a great play. Fagan was going to throw that down, too. He has 4 or 5 inches on Brown.
In my opinion, should never happen, especially a talented player like Fagan. You pop that ball, you turn your body, you protect that thing at all costs, and put that baby to bed. Get 2 points.
Well, a little in the basket for both teams. Santa Clara's been over 3 minutes. 2 minutes and change since either team has scored. Behind a screen, Brownridge for 3.
Can't do it. Can't do that on the on-ball screen. If you're Stephen Haney, you cannot go under. That leaves way too much space for the great Jared Brownridge to elevate and shoot.
That's going to be a foul. They're going to foul, I believe.
Now watch Stephen Haney right here. He could have locked and trailed on that and would have been much better position to sort of bother and contest Jared Brownridge. You cannot go under.
Maya to inbound. Good job by Ndumaya. Got a hand on the ball, but Jovanovic controls it. So now it's LMU that has been on a dry spell. McClendon comes up short. Good job by Amaya to get a hand on the ball. Brown misses. Back to Jovanovic. Johansson for 3. It won't go. So now an opportunity to extend here. It's been a 3-minute drought now for the Lions. Which is to say, we've had 1 basket in the last 6 minutes. Three on the shot clock. Fagan's got to do something. And I'm not sure he got that off. Let's say yes. That was very close. I'm sure they're going to look at this. Very close. They will come over and take a look at this.
Well, Nate Cratch, I mean, he can do that. I mean, he shoots 41% from 3. You have to respect him from out there, but clearly with the shot clock winding down, that's the only look that Santa Clara had. And he drifts out to the corner. Fagan with the nice delivery.
Yeah, I think it's good. Well, he just got it off.
You still got those good eyes, huh?
I don't know. I could be wrong. LMU also has turned the ball over 5 times in the last 6 minutes. Let's take a look here. I don't know. The officials are going to get that same look.
I don't think it's good.
I don't either.
I think that's going to be denial there. Just on his tips, I'm going to make that call.
It was really close, and they're going to get that same look that you just had.
What do they say in the NFL? Is that enough to overturn the call?
Well, yeah, indisputable. I think it is indisputable. We'll see. In this case, the official's doing absolutely the right thing. Take a look at this. Close game, 3-point shot. That's
no
still
good.
on his fingers.
I think it is. It's not crystal clear, but certainly looks like it's on his tips.
Certainly not crystal clear on our monitor.
So hard to call. I don't think so.
We're at a three-way conversation here with the officials and our crew in the truck, and they're going to give you a frame-by-frame. They're asking if we could back this up, so you're getting in on a little television talk here. It's awful close. Awful close.
It's as close as you can get.
It is, and I think whatever decision these guys make is the right decision.
They may not be able to. They called it good, right?
They did.
They called it good.
What they're saying is the play is not conclusive, and I think they're exactly right. They did exactly the right thing, in my opinion. Not conclusive from any angle.
Yeah, and Coach Dunlap's going to hear the bad news right now. And he accepts it, he gets it.
And that could be a very, very crucial moment in this game, because it extends the lead to 6.
And I think the players needed that long timeout. Both teams looked a little fatigued.
So here's Amayo, and this is a pretty important possession here. Johansson thought about it, passed it up. Brown is fouled from behind by Fagan. This is the largest lead of the game for either team.
So a 6-point lead. It's
a
gigantic lead.
Yeah, exactly.
That's significant, Barry. I mean, 4th foul for KJ Fagan. He's a very important player for Santa Clara.
Nice little change of direction by Brown to take it all the way.
Yeah,
that was a big-time play.
Exactly, did the little sidestep. Much needed basket for LMU.
I'll say, stop the bleeding basket. Hauser steps in. Now back up top for Brownridge, behind the screen. Brownridge opportunity.
See how he tightly curled that screen so his defender got hung up. Really smart play by Jared Brownridge.
Smart player. Jovanovic worked on by Ndamanu. Tried to back him down and took the extra step. So we're going to get a timeout. 7:54 remaining. Very important part of this ball game right now. Jared Brownridge has 20 in the game, and his team leads by 6. 7:54 remaining. The West Coast Conference Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Geico, saving you money on car insurance. And by the W.TV, all the action, anytime, anywhere. is a 6-point ball game, 7:54 remain. This is the kind of news you just hate to report. We were talking earlier about student athletes and what great student athletes there are, Brad. Alec Wintering, the game Thursday against USF, torn ACL, lost for the season. He's a senior, so that's the end of his college career. You just hate to see that kind of thing.
Such sad news. You know, Portland has really struggled this year, especially as of late. And their tough season just got a lot tougher. And our heart goes out to Alec Wintering and the Portland program. What a player he is.
Great player, great kid. There's a turnover as Hauser is stripped. And here comes Amayo the other way.
Keep moving.
Matheny up top to Tutu. Now Brown tried to split two defenders again. Tutu. Johnson, skip pass now for Brown. 8 on the shot clock. Haney, long tray. Got it! Huge shot.
Yeah, with the clock winding down, it didn't look like they were going to get a good look. But for Haney, that's actually a good look.
Yeah. And now again, having trouble getting it in. They just beat the 5-second clock. Here comes Wardlow, give it up to Ndumanya. Now back up top to Crash. Nice play by Ndumanya, not to force things.
Totally agree. Smart play.
10 on the shot clock. Brownridge thought about it. 8 on the shot clock. Cratch trying to back down Haney. Does, left-handed.
Not a good job by Stephen Haney. You got to know that Nate Cratch is left-handed. At least make him go to his right hand. But that was all left-handed, real comfortable for Cratch.
There's Brown up top. Now Haney. Still content to use that shot clock. Got 8 on the shot clock again. Haney puts it on the deck, drives, comes up short, but they're going to get a foul on Ndumanya. And that's going to be his 4th.
Shot clock winding down. NBA 3 by Stephen Haney. And at the other end, mismatch against Nate Cratch, but you've got to take that right shoulder away, knowing he's left-handed. Easy bucket for Nate Cratch.
I'm going to correct myself. That was an offensive foul, so no foul against Ndumanya, and it'll be Santa Clara ball with a 5-point lead. Here's Fagan, goes right by Herman, now and back it out.
Good recovery by LMU after full court press.
Brownridge will hold the ball. Now Fagan try to utilize some of the clock here, coming down to 6 minutes remaining in the game. Brownridge. Ndumanya going to pass it out again. They'll start over. Ndumanya's had a very nice game.
He's had some really quality minutes, no doubt. And like you said, he's really improved. From when I saw him as a freshman to now, pretty amazing.
Cratch, 10 on the shot clock. Fagan driving on Herman, comes all the way under. Give it up for Brownridge. Good look. A little short.
Good contest by Boy Tosh with his length. It bothered Brownridge on that.
Now Brown. There's Tosh. Down low to Herman. Herman, left-handed.
He saw the mouse in the house, which was KJ Fagan. And he also, if he's a smart player, knew that Fagan had 4 fouls. He just went right to the rim.
Brownridge has been carrying the Santa Clara team. 12 points in the last 11 minutes, and the rest of his team has 7. Fagan cut off by Herman. 8 on the shot clock. Got to do something. Fagan working on Herman.
Oh.
Herman picked it.
How about
Great job.
Wow. With the reach-in steal against a guard as talented as Fagan.
Chance to close this gap once again. Brown going to back it out between the circles. Now start the offense. Almost lost the handle. Tosh, now Herman. This is Amayo. 8 on the shot clock. Drop it down to Johnson. A little hard. He had a perfect look. Couldn't get it to go. Fagan runs it down for Santa Clara. That was a big basket and a big miss.
See if Santa Clara can take advantage of it.
And Ndumanya down low and a foul.
Personal foul, assist number 24, Shamar Johnson. Johnson picks up his second personal foul.
Watch the big fella, Peter Herman. 6'11", against a guard.
Long arms.
That's a heck of a job right there, gaining possession for his LMU Lions. Free throws are all big now, Barry.
Devania wasn't pretty, but he's going to take it, I bet.
Okay, there's a thing called the shooter's bounce. That's not it, okay? Because Indemanya's not a good shooter, and so that was more fortuitous than anything.
It was a shot putter's bounce. Not that time. 1 out of 2, 4-point game. Under 4 minutes remaining. Santa Clara's only scored 5 points in the last 4 minutes and change. Still lead. Tosh gave it some thought. Now the blow by.
Wow, what an athletic dribble drive by Boyd Tosh, and finishes against the big inside with that left hand.
Nice player, Tosh. Gives it a cutting Wardlow, and Jovanovic did a perfect job. Held his ground, didn't move his feet, used only his hands, caused the tie-up, and a possession arrow is going to belong to LMU. That's 2 very nice defensive plays by LMU, by their big guys. 2-point game, LMU will have it when we come back. Have you heard this joke before? A hot dog, a pumpkin, a horse, and a cop walk into a bar.
See if they can disrupt some of LMU's free throws right down the stretch here.
Santa Clara has not been in a very good rhythm, and it's not so much because of LMU's defense as it was earlier. They just seem like they're kind of trying to take the air out of the ball a little bit, and they're a little out of sync right now.
Yet, you know, LMU has forced 14 turnovers, yes, which is very uncharacteristic of Santa Clara, because they usually do a much better job of taking care of the basketball.
So this is Brown, now Haney, skip pass for Jovanovic. Tosh. Tosh, a little size edge on Fagan, working on Indemanya, and they got it.
Oh.
Travel.
Indemanya really played well. I mean, he cut him off, and it ended up being a trap, and boy, Tosh couldn't do anything with it.
Another dry spell for Santa Clara. They had one of 4 minutes earlier, and now they're at 3 minutes and 38 seconds. And still they lead.
Every possession now is so huge for both ball clubs.
Inside of 3 minutes remaining, 2-point game, 59-57 Broncos. Nice switch that time.
Wow.
Tosh takes it away. Race to the basket and the finish.
Boy, Tosh. Difference maker in this game right now.
Absolutely.
With the great defense on Jared Brownridge.
Tied at 59. Right now, LMU really D'ing him up, too.
Hey, we knew it'd come down to a final possession and just a grinded out game.
Hauser with a good look. Won't go. And a foul underneath. I think they may get Brown reaching in here.
Boy, Tosh showing some good offense and some good defense and knows what to do with it. Finishes it with the flush.
I think Herman is the guilty party, I believe. Could have been Tosh. Haney leaves, Amayo comes back. Tied at 59, 2:13 remaining.
Well, if it comes down to a free throw contest between these two teams, Santa Clara has the wide margin. They shoot about 73% as a team.
Here's the free throws made, and you can see their NCAA ranking. Can you get a sponge rubber hand with 330 fingers on it? Two-point game. LMU with the ball now. Coming down to 2 minutes remaining to be played. Brown up top. Now Tosh. Amayo. Tosh again. Tosh thought about it from deep. Now they got 10 on the shot clock. Amayo. Brown for 3. Got it! Huge shot! LMU leads by 1.
What did we talk about, Brandon Brown? He wants that ball. He's not afraid of the moment. He's willing to take tough shots.
Travel.
Boy.
Brownridge just moved the pivot foot.
Coach Dunlap fired up over there on the sideline. Nice screen right there by Peter Herman. Gave a little window of opportunity for Brandon Brown, and he loves pressure shots.
Obviously. His form not going to be in a textbook perhaps, but it works for him. LMU's made 6 of their last 8 to get themselves back in this game. And the Broncos get on the floor, and what's the call? Tied up is the call. Possession arrow is going to be Santa Clara's.
Broncos basketball.
Yeah, Brandon Brown got in trouble there. He over-dribbled, over-penetrated. Santa Clara with a very important turnover right there.
I'll say. 1:22 left. LMU 1-point lead, 62-61. Santa Clara basketball. LMU will press full court.
True to form, right? I mean, LMU's pressed on every dead ball. Not going to go away from that strategy now.
Let's go. Hey, so rebound. Let me get a board.
Santa Clara has been in a real shooting dry spell. So Cratch to inbound. And they get it in again at the last second to Fagan. Now Lyons will back off. Go for the trap in the corner, didn't get it. Cratch up top, 1:12 remaining. Now Fagan. Huge possession here. They're really playing Brownridge tough without the ball. Fagan, 8 on the shot clock. Flop as intended. Fagan missed the trade. And the rebound down to Herman.
Sometimes as an offensive player, that bothers you when the guy flops and, you know, it kind of disrupts your rhythm.
Mike Dunlap going to take a timeout, talk it over with his team. 46.5 seconds remaining in the game. LMU with the lead and the ball. And Santa Clara has not made a field goal in forever, Brad.
Oh my gosh, in 6 minutes.
Remember, they led by 6. Since that time, I think only 2 free throws. Coming up next, more West Coast Conference basketball action. BYU visiting Stockton. Visit WCCSports.com for complete broadcast information and to find the station in your area, BYU and Pacific. So Mike Dunlap, kind of coach's coach, if you will, is run the gamut. Started in Fairbanks, Alaska. Has been an assistant at USC, Arizona, Oregon, St. John's. Went to LMU as a student. Was a National Coach of the Year at Metro State when his team won a D2 national championship. Two of them, as a matter of fact. 2000, 2002. Coached at Cal Lutheran. Coached for the Adelaide 36ers in Australia. Was an assistant with the Denver Nuggets.
And then head coach in the NBA for the Charlotte
Hornets.
Yep.
Yeah, he has done it all. He's got a long resume, Brad.
He's an outstanding coach, a great person. You know, my high school coach, Ed Gorgian, was his college coach at LMU. And so Mike and I have been very close for a very long time. Coach Gorgian is very special to us. He's 90 years old now.
Wow. You can still draw it up, I bet. Big possession right here for LMU. Here's Tosh. I think that's where they want the ball. Tosh right by Cratch. Wouldn't go. Johnson, second chance. 31 on the shot, on the time. And now a difference of only 3 seconds between game clock and shot clock, and Fagan has to foul Brendan Brown.
Yeah, Coach Sendek yelled out, got a foul, but you're exactly right. Boy, Tosh, you want it in his hands. He's been so good all game, and oh, it just trickles off the rim. Shamar Johnson with the huge offensive rebound gets it out to Brandon Brown, and Brown will be at the line. And fortunately for LMU, Barry, Brown is, you know, leads the Lions in free throw percentage.
And Fagan has fouled out of the game, so that is a factor also, particularly if this game happens to go to overtime. Fagan leaves with 6 points, 5 boards, and 7 assists. So Wardlow will come on to replace him.
And obviously LMU not in the bonus yet. So no harm, no foul on that. Let's see what they're going to have to foul very quickly if they don't get the steal.
That's not the guy they want to foul. But they do. They have no choice. 22.9 remaining. Now it will be a shooting situation.
No,
Well, they're not, yeah.
one more. That's only 16 fouls.
Yep. So I got to go get him again.
Whoa. Yeah, they're going to call Matt Hauser.
Matt Hauser was trying to deny him catching.
And it's a good foul because no time went out on the clock.
Right, right. Mike Dunlap substituting offense for defense here.
Well, this is your pressure player. This is LMU.
No matter what, it's a one-possession game. He gets the first.
Isn't it amazing how there's some special players that are able to really concentrate in the clutch of the game and deliver for their team? And Brandon Brown's one of those guys.
Made the last 4 points. One out of 2. 2-point game. And Demania's got to get it out of there, and he does. 18 seconds. Herb Sendek is just going to let him play, I believe. So now Herb Sendek wants timeout. Looked like he was going to just let him play. Now he'll draw something up. Now what do you do here, Coach? You go for the win or you play for the tie?
Well, yeah, here's the thing. You're down 2, right? You're not necessarily, I mean, there's only 11 and a half seconds left. You got to have a quick motion and be decisive in what you're going to do because you have very little time. Okay, it doesn't matter 2 or 3. Most likely you're going to probably penetrate and try to get something out of that penetration, either get fouled or a kick out, wide open shot.
So a 2-point game, 11.5 seconds remaining to be played. LMU with the lead. It's been one of those great games, and you know the WD.TV is in your home for West Coast Conference action. Featuring more than 65 live West Coast Conference men's basketball games. You can visit the WD.TV from your browser, from your smartphone, tablet, or connected TV to watch live out-of-market games for free. The W.TV, all the action, anytime, anywhere. Got to think they'll play Brown Ridge very tough without the ball.
Exactly, and so probably it's going to end up with Matt Hauser in his hands, which is great, right? Because he knows what to do with the ball. He's so smart with it. He's the floor general and the decision maker. So look for Matt Hauser to end up with the ball and see what he can create.
So we'll see who inbounds here. On the floor for the Broncos, Cratch, Hauser, Wardlow, and Dumania, and Brownridge. Cratch will inbound at the side. They'll play a mile on Brownridge. They get it into Hauser's hands. Hauser drives baseline, cut off. Get up for Brownridge. 5 on the shot clock. Brownridge back up, Trey.
Wow.
And it's thrown away, and this one is over. Jared Brownridge, we have seen him do it throughout his career. He does it again here today. There's still 2.7 seconds left, but the Broncos have possession. Herb Sendek has called a timeout.
I mean, it's really fitting. Who do you want to take the last second shot? It's Jared Brownridge. What a great job he did with that step back, creating just enough space to get off that NBA length 3, and look at the emotion afterward. And look at, I mean, McClendon went for that inside fake, that step back.
That was pure.
And he, you know, he's a clutch guy. You know, we talked about Brandon Brown, but Jared Brownridge, he's hit a game winner this year and has done it in every other year in his career here at Santa Clara.
So I'm doing it as a freshman at St. Mary's. I mean, clearly he's one of those guys, you want him to have the ball at crunch time.
No doubt. We knew Hauser would start with it, and we knew probably that Brownridge would end up with it to take the last shot.
So 2.7 seconds left. The Broncos in the double bonus, incidentally. No, they're not. 1-1. I beg your pardon.
Job one, get the ball in bounds. Job one, got to get the ball in bounds, you know, and then be strong with it. You know you're going to get fouled.
And we're going to get fouled before the inbounds pass. Herman fouled in Dumania. You have to think that's not a bad foul.
Well, it's totally what Coach Dunlap called for in the timeout. Clearly, that was the strategy. We don't want any time to go off the clock. Who do we want at the line? So, Peter Herman, make sure you foul in Dumania.
So 2.7 seconds. You get a couple of dribbles. That's about it, right?
Yeah, if that, maybe one dribble.
Front rim. Haney to Brown. Got it off. Missed the shot. Broncos